going on, y'all? Back here with another episode of Skyfactory number 4, and I've been busy off screen, right? So to start off, I got bone saplings. Now bone saplings are pretty easy to craft. If you see here, bone saplings is bone meal surrounding a petrified sapling. How do you get bone meal? So you put gravel in a bottle of water and a cauldron, you get 3 out of it. So if we go back here and check, I've been grinding off screen, right? And we did one more thing off screen, right? We got something called bonsai pots. Now bonsai pots are made with 5 bricks in what looks like a boat shape, right? So let's here look it up. Oh, spider on. There we go. Bonsai pots are just 5 bricks, like that. I did that easily. It was pretty easy. Just get clay, saplings. Doesn't even take that long to grow. Okay, I'm gonna put everything away here, and I'm gonna tell y'all what we're doing in this episode. Okay, I think we're all but ready. Yes, we are. Okay. So, today, we are going to be getting up to an iron sapling, right? If you look on advancements, it looks like pretty far away. But all we really need to get is this coal sapling on here, and we're there. But, behind the scenes, we're actually... Oh, wrong button. We're actually going to need to get an apple sapling, a acacia sapling, and a coal sapling before we can get that iron sapling. So first thing first we're going to get is an apple sapling. Now the only way to get an apple sapling is to get apple seeds. And the way to get them is by crushing an apple in a crushing tub. So we need a oak tree. This oak tree is just a dirt and a bottle of water. So we have 1 bottle in there. So we just need a dirt sapling. Here we go. There we go. We got an oak tree. Ooh, the screw. And by the way, your guesses for how much cobble has been in this chest? Let's check it out. 2 rows. If anybody gets 2 rows, congrats. Be getting it pinned down below. But anyway, it takes them out of there. And we did use some of it. We used it on that. We used it on not even making that really. We did use some of it though to repair tools and stuff. But anyway, here we go. Let's repair that. Let's break this down. And let's break all these saplings, because we really don't need bone meal. But we are going to need bone meal for the apple sapling. And I'll explain to you why later when we get it. So, here we go. Oak sapling coming in. Alright, there we go. It is grown. We crook it. We don't get any apples. It's fine. Break it. We plant. Let me check something out here. Apples. Oak is a 30%. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually go back. Actually, no, we're not. We're just gonna eat a couple acorns. Eat these bone acorns. Here we go. And now we're gonna run around again. And as we are running around, we're hoping one of these trees grow, because we're going to need it. We're just going to keep running because it's easier for us, because we can get it all in one session. Here we go. There we go. We're hoping these grow too. I mean, wouldn't be the end of our world. Actually, you know what? We're just going to crook these. There we go. We got an apple. And there we go. We got 2. So we're actually going to eat one and then crush the other one. There we go. Oop. Apple seed. Now, apple seeds and apple saplings are actually unique. So instead of crouching or twerking in order to grow it, you need bone meal. Same thing with a tree. You can't twerk for it. It's gotta be bone mealed. Anyway, here we go. Cook that. We get apple saplings. And now we're gonna go put an apple sapling or two back here. Just because then we can get infinite apples and we'll be eating. And we won't have to worry about jumping off. So let's put our acorns away. Resins away. Saplings away. And leaves away. Anyway, now the next thing we need is to get our apple saplings. We're actually gonna plant one more. Hopefully it grows, dang it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There we go. We're just gonna need more saplings. Just so we don't run out and have to do the whole thing again. There we go. We are going to keep 4. And then we got apple saplings checked off our list. We get an acacia sapling, putting an apple sapling in a bottle of water. What I did between episodes is also make an infinite water source. Right, we already got the water from stomping leaves in there, or not leaves, saplings in here. Got the water and just made 2 sources, and now we don't gotta do water in there anymore. There we go. 4 saplings. And I'll explain to you why bone saplings are also important for iron. Not only just because we need the apple seeds, but also because of the fact that we need, porcelain. And porcelain is important because that's how we're going to be able to melt down the iron amber to make an iron sapling. But anyway, we got our acacia here, right? We're going to keep 2 in our inventory because that's what we're going to need for when we grow it. So let's get our clay balls out and our bone meal. Now you're going to need a little bit more than what I have here. What we're going to do is get our bone acorns out. And now you can do the acorns and bone resin any way you want. If you do this way, it gets you a bone amber, which gives you 3 bones, right? But if you do it the other way, you get a bone block. Now the bone block is you get the same return out of anything. So it don't matter which way you craft it. It just matters what you have more of, right? So I normally do whatever I have more of. So since I had more resin, I should have done the amber, but I just did the bone blocks. But that is not important right now. So we got plenty of that. And you're really only going to need 16 of each to make 64. We'll pop that in there to start smelting. Put these back. We'll put this in there. Charcoal we just got for when we expand our base to be able to put down torches. You see there, we got 4 apples and we're good. Next thing up, we're going to need to get a coal sapling in order to make the iron amber to make the iron sapling. A coal sapling is smelting a birch in a smelting table. So the way to get a birch is by putting sand in water. So we go back here again, get a water bucket, put it in there, and we're going to need a sand sapling. Get 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plant 1 and run around. There we go. Now we got plenty of saplings. I always would suggest planting the sapling before you do anything, just because it's just extra, right? You don't really need the wood or anything, but it's nice to have so you don't have to redo it. We're going to place another cobblestone here. Right there. Get half the wood out of there. Go. And see we have porcelain brick. Now, the last thing that we need to do before we get all that we need is put these leaves away, these leaves away. We're just going to sort our inventory real quick here. Very easy. We're going to need pour, so porcelain, this stuff down here. We go like I suck at spelling. Right, we're going to need a tank. Oops, gotta click out. A tank, a melter, and then either a table or a basin. I like to do both, and then 2 faucets. Now the hardest thing about getting all these is basically just the glass, right? So we're just gonna get, we don't have any more sand stuff. Do we have any glass left over? We do. Get 2 glass out of here, and it looks like our coal saplings are done. They are. We need to put another piece of wood in there, and then we're gonna actually get out some more, just so we have enough in each. We're gonna put 40 in there, 20 in there. But anyway, the reason we need the coal is because we need coal resin to make the iron amber. And iron amber is basically an iron ore, but it is used and being an iron ore basically, but you need multiple different resins to make it, and that's why. And the only one we didn't have was coal resin, so right now we're getting the coal resin. Here we go, put the stone crook in there, get a whole new crook back. There we go, and you get coal pieces from coal saplings, which if you get 8 of them, you can create a coal, like a regular piece of coal, which is pretty nice. But anyway, here we get our stuff, and first things first is we need that glass, we need the porcelain, right? We need to make our melter, and we need to make our tank. Next things up, I like to do a basin first, but we're also going to need the table, so it's up to personal preference again. And now next thing, we go back here. Where should I put this? Eek. This is not in a good place, so I'm going to actually build an extension for it, and I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. We have it built, and it didn't really take that long, as y'all saw in the time lapse there. But what we're gonna do is put that there, put the melter there, or put the tank down there, and the melter here. Now we're gonna need fuel. The fuel I more likely use is a lava fuel, right? So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna get a cobblestone cauldron, and what we're gonna do is take one of the charcoal that we put in here out. You're gonna make more torches, and we're going to place a torch right here with that on top. Now again, you're gonna lose your bucket, but that is fine, because you really don't need much, right? And now we get the rest of our porcelain brick here. We create a basin like that, and we're going to need 2 faucets. Now this is a very early game smelter, as you only get 3 spots and 16 capacity. Later in the game, we are going to be building a big one, which can hold many blocks, and I'm not kidding. But anyway, now the last thing that we need for this episode is to get molten iron. The way we get molten iron is by getting iron amber. The way we get iron amber is 4 coal resin, 2 sand, 2 gravel, and a piece of clay resin, all being resins, not related. God, I swear motorcycles just always be out. Gravel, petrified, I really can't remember half the time what I need. But anyway, here we go. Iron amber, there we go. Now if you can craft multiple of them, mine's well, because you're eventually going to need it, right? Let's grab some more clay resin. We'll craft 2 of them. Four of them, I meant. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna have that going, and by the time of that, we're gonna put that there. I'll be right back when these are done. Alright, that iron has smelted up. We're going to put this other iron ember in there for later use. And all you're going to do is right click the faucet. And now, since we have the sapling in there, it goes down and it's going to make the iron sapling. Now, different trees are going to use different ambers, and they're also going to use different saplings. So it all depends on what tree you're going to use. So you might as well look up the recipe before you just put an acacia sapling in there, because it might not be right. And we get our first iron sapling here. And now we're going to get our second one. The reason I like using 2 is just in case, right, we lose one and we don't get a sapling back. We don't gotta fret about losing both, because chances are more than likely, don't got any cobble. Chances are more, oh yeah, we do, we have it right there in my inventory. Jeez, I'm blind. More than likely you're gonna get a sapling. Right, so there we get 11. Run these 2 down. And we're gonna grow a couple more. I'm gonna get 10 iron resin, and I'll be back as soon as I get that. Alright, as you see here, we got 11 iron amber. We don't need the iron sapling over there anymore. We're going to come back here, and we're going to smelt that up. We have 6 ingots in here. So you can actually smelt amber in your furnaces, but the only reason I don't is because you get 2 iron ingots for every iron amber you smelt, and that does apply to some ambers. Well, to most ambers it applies, but some ambers it does not, or other blocks. Like, if it's a block and not an amber, or you're not going to get double. You're only going to get 1. So just be careful before you start doing that. Anyway, here, we're hoping for it to smelt up. And the last thing we're going to do in this episode is get a hopping bonsai all set up. Now, hopping bonsai is just one of the bonsai pots on top of a hopper. And I'll explain to you why it's a little broken. So here we go, we're going to get our first block. And what we're actually going to do is craft up a couple of chests, because we're going to need them anyway in the future. So 28 here. And we're going to need only 1 hopper, as it actually goes straight into the source below it. So it's actually going to be pretty helpful. Here we go. 90%. There we go, we get our iron block, and all you gotta do is right click it as soon as it's done. So what I'm going to do is actually craft that down. We're going to make a hopper and a bucket at the same time, because we need another bucket. And what we're going to do is place a chest in there, get that bucket, not a helmet, and hop to it. And actually, if you want another one, just put that hopper in there again and get it upper, and it's another advancement that you can just make it go back down. Now the first one I'm going to set up, like I always do, should be an iron one, but for me, I have more iron amber already smelting up, so I'm no threat of having that. And here we go. We just put this in there. Oh, didn't break it. Need to break it. There we go. Put that in there like that. We get a hopping bonsai pot. And oh, dang it, that did not go like planned. Oh, and I want to show you how I got grass. So what you do is you get your bucket, fill it up with water, put it in there. You put a piece of dirt in there, and then you put leaves in there. And I'll get one more leaf out. But you're kind of seeing here now, I put one piece of dirt in, but I get 3 pieces back. Now, how does that make any sense? I don't know, but we're exploiting out here, and I love it. Right, we're gonna go over here, cast that out real quick, because we don't want to waste any time. Anyway, just right click it in, and it'll go in, put the apple sapling on top, and watch this grow. It does take a little bit, so we're going to actually do that. Here we go. Get yourself an apple. Wait for advancement. Not advancement, for the overall grasper of this. Here we go. 90%, 95. It breaks automatically, unlike these. Now, where do you think it would go? Into the chest. You see how many items? I got 5, 6, 7 items from one growth. Now, that took about like maybe a minute, right? Maybe even 30 seconds, and it's already giving me this. Now, what I'm going to do is sort apples out over at least these 3 rows, and then whatever we gain up here is just going to be extra. That's going to be an infinite apple source, right? We don't gotta worry about food anymore. So what I want you to do is I'm going to set up an iron sapling the same way I did with this apple sapling. I want you to tell me how many iron amber I'm going to have by the time of next episode. And I'm going to set up way more, but just tell me how much iron amber you think I'm going to have by next episode. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite snack is. Alright, so today's favorite thing is going to be your favorite snack. And thank you, and peace.